Welcome to Spisa X. Today, we're bringing you this watch. As a steel watch, it definitely stands out among the elite. It features the pinnacle design from Patek Philippe, along with an incredibly comfortable wearing experience, not to mention its high premium influence. As the top of the three high-end kings, you must own one. Today, we'll take the 5711 Blue Dial as an example, to provide a detailed comparison review. It's October 2024, and in front of me are two watches. One is the mass-produced, cost-effective 3K version, and the other is the deeply modified and upgraded custom version, temporarily named the CW version. Be sure to follow us, and I hope today's review will give you the latest information about the Nautilus and help you make a better choice. In fact, the 3K version has achieved significant influence internationally after a long period of iterative upgrades. However, for players who demand perfection, I believe there are still some shortcomings that are hard to accept. So, we've made further upgrades to address these issues, allowing everyone to have a better consumer experience. First, let's talk about the differences in the dials. The blue dial of the 5711 has created a lot of buzz due to its changing color and texture. In comparison, we can clearly feel that the CW version has a deeper color, and the transition of the sunburst pattern is much smoother. The brushed finish is more delicate, while the 3K version has a celadon blue color. The color transition of the radiating fan also has a clear sense of fragmentation. Under natural light, the fluorescent powder on the scale of 3K appears pure white, while that of CW version appears slightly yellowish, and the same problem also exists for the yellow powder, which is closer to the original pointer. Looking at the dial's hour markers, taking the 12 o'clock marker as an example, there is a slight gap between the two condition markers on the 3K version, and the metal frame is too flat, lacking rounded and three-dimensional edges. Most importantly, the two bar markers on the 3K version often do not align properly, which significantly affects the overall quality. The white ink dots on their CW are thicker than the 3K ones, giving them a stronger, three-dimensional feel, while the 3K version is slightly thinner. In terms of the pointer, the axis of the 3K is obviously deformed. The axis is not prominent enough, and there are noticeable burrs on the side edges of the 3K version. Additionally, the metal frame also lacks the fullness and three-dimensional quality of the CW version. Regarding the case, strap and buckle, they are all made from the same stainless steel material as the original version. The total weight of the 5711 is 122 grams, with a diameter of 40 millimeters and a thickness of 8.3 millimeters. There is no difference with the original version, so don't worry about the appearance. It is basically the same. The CW version is customized with CNC technology, and the internal structure is more suitable for the original 3N24 movement, but the 3K also uses the original opening technology. So, no obvious difference can be found in the appearance of the two, whether in the thickness of the watch glass, the brush texture, or the engraving. The CW version is more compatible with the original movement state. The range of motion for the first row has been adjusted to a very fitting spatial state. For watch enthusiasts with smaller wrists, it also provides a very comfortable wearing experience. The clasp features the engraving of the Calatrava cross. The English inside and outside are also profound and clear. The logo is also made clear and three-dimensional, and the overall appearance is full and round. The case structure is relatively complex, and the corners have obvious mirror polishing technology, and the width changes are strictly presented in accordance with the original. There is another detail that is easy to overlook, but very important. It's the combination of various unknown gaps and textures. From the back, you can see two prominent ears on either side of the case back, which feature a relatively complex layering process, using brushed fine matte and mirror polishing techniques. There are also noticeable gaps formed after assembly, which is an important basis for restoring the original version. Finally, let's take a look at the core part, where the watch movements include the ppm movement used in the 3K CW and a comparison of the details with the original version. By comparing the three different movements in real shots, you can visually see the genetic similarities. The differences between the CW version and the 3K version can be closely examined by attentive players who can pause the video to take a closer look. Let's first take a look at the movement deck. The CW version of the movement deck is based on the 3K movement. All the decks and gems on the back are removed, and German silver 5-axis CNC carving is used to make 3D modeling of the deck. The CW machine deck has a clearly visible Geneva pattern, The Swiss hand polish pattern does not miss any subtle details, with better brightness, finer brushing than 3K, and excellent texture. It fully restores the texture of the original jean, with the engraving being deep and clear. Compared to the 3K version, the difference in quality is striking when compared to the original engraving. The size, depth, and character are all extremely similar, no longer resembling the printed font seen in the 3K version. The CW version uses higher quality rubies, which provide better protection for the gears, leading to a longer lifespan for the movement and greater stability. The reason I consider the CW version to be the best value modified movement is that it enhances the quality of the movement while being more affordable, making it more suitable for entry-level modifications. Whether it is changing the code adjustment, installing an 18K gold automatic barrel, or changing the deck engraving. These are the most common operations in the market. Regarding this aspect, we rarely see differences, which also indirectly indicates that the technical threshold for restoring the luminous effect is really not high. So this is something you don't need to worry about. I hope that by watching our video, watch enthusiasts can gradually develop the ability to distinguish between genuine and fake products, while also enhancing their ability to capture detail differences. While understanding watches, you can also better develop your keen observation skills. Although the market price of the original versions keeps dropping, the high prices still make it out of reach for many friends. The price of the 3K version won't put any pressure on many watch enthusiasts, so I believe a lot of friends would be willing to choose and appreciate the enhancements in the CW version, especially since the price difference isn't that significant. But I still hope that those who like the original will keep their eyes wide open to avoid being deceived. Feel free to follow us. If you have more questions about SpaceX, you can leave a comment and I'll provide more help and guidance. See you next time.